Alright everyone, welcome back to your second sections of this Friday everyone. Okay, so you still continue your lesson about the comparison paragraph, okay? And this is some of the lesson that you have learned yesterday about the expression of similarity and differences, okay? And you have like the same as, similar to, and different from, okay? And also you have the assembly here, to express something could be like in the same way, like and also in addition, like as well as both, like neither, each of, like similarly, like to, okay. And when you want to compare the two things, you can use the word although, whether, but, however, conversely, on the other hand, or in the contrast, okay. And okay, so before moving to our lesson today, so teacher would like you to watch a short video around 3 minutes about how do you start the comparison paragraph, okay? The first
Well,
step.
what is it? Well, if we're comparing, we're looking at similarities between things, so how things are the same. And if we're contrasting, we're looking at the differences between.
Again, everyone, if you compare, we compare, comparing mean we do the some similarity. If we do the contrasting, mean the differences.
Things. So, a comparison and contrast paragraph is going to explain how two people, places, or things are both alike and different. And it's
Okay, so we have to like explain how people, places, or things are both alike and differences. You also can go back to our slide, you see here, like, okay, like a comparison paragraph show the two things are alike when you choose a topic for comparison writing, and you have to choose two subjects with similarity, okay. So let's continue to.
It's really important when you do this type of writing that you make sure that you include how they're alike and how they're different. You can't just do one or the other. You need to cover both when you're comparing and contrasting. So the process that you're going to follow to write one of these paragraphs. First of all, you need to choose two related subjects. Don't choose two subjects that are completely unrelated, because if you do that, it's going to be really hard to compare them. It's going to be really hard to find similarities. So choose two related subjects that you know that you can find some similarities and some differences. Then plan creating a Venn diagram. And we're going to take a look at a Venn diagram in a moment. Then you're going to include your topic sentence. In your topic sentence, make sure that you include both topics that your paragraph is going to cover. So you want your reader to know exactly what it is you're going to compare and contrast. Follow your topic sentence with your supporting details, so all of those ways they're the same and all of those ways that they're different. And make sure that you group those details together in some way that makes sense. So for instance, maybe you want to start your paragraph with how your two subjects are the same, and then you want to say how they're different. Or maybe you want to say how they're different first and then how they're the same. But make sure that you group them together. Don't jump around all over the place, because your reader will have a hard time following your writing. It also helps your reader if you include clue words, so phrases like on the one hand or on the other hand. That shows differences. A word like both shows a similar.
Okay, so like you see the video, they also explain you, about the topic sentence, okay, the concluding sentence, and the supporting detail in the paragraph. Like you can see here, like rugby versus American football. The teacher explained you that, the topic sentence here, rugby is similar to American football in several ways, and this is the similarities of these two sports. We can choose two sports that has no like similarity to compare. Okay, so now we can start this practice, okay. So now we do some practice, circle the correct expression. You see on the writing tutor, okay, on page 89. Okay, so the first one you use only see different from and similar to, okay, like the Earth is similar to and different from other planets. Already given the answer, and the number two, like both are similar to the dogs or the same as dog. So the right answer is similar to, okay, not the same but they are similar to. And number three, American culture is different from or similar to Asian cultures. So do you think that between American culture and Asian culture, similar or different? The culture teacher just read one, like European culture, they love to shake hands when they meet, and the Asian culture like Thailand, in Thailand, like Cambodian people, okay, when they meet together, they compare to each other. So this is the different or the same? Different, okay, different from. And number four, his voice is similar to, different from yours. At first, I thought it was you who answered, but it was him. So similar to or different. So when the voice is different, so how can you confuse the voice that? How do you confuse it? So it's similar to, right? And number five, the characteristics of cats are the same as or different from those of dogs. So cat and dog. So the different from. Okay. The practice number 281, complete the sentence about people or thing you know with the expression from the box. Then write why do you think so. So teacher provide you the answer, and you also can do it by yourself, everyone. So we have similar to, different from, and the same as, right? The first of all, like I look similar to my dad. My dad is handsome and I am handsome too. Okay. Like number two, my hometown is Seoul. So similar to, different from, or same as. You can use your own way. If you use different from, you can complete here with another sentence or another complete sentence. Okay, teacher choose my hometown is similar to Seoul, but actually it's not. Okay, my hometown without high building like in Seoul, and without fast train stations. Okay, and it is big and crowded. In my hometown there's no crowded, but this is just example, everyone. Okay, my classroom looks similar to my rooms. My classroom has many books, and my room has many books too. The last one, my friends are different from each other. They like different things. You can say that they eat different food, they have different characteristics. Okay, you can add more. Okay, so everyone, teacher would like to say thank you very much for your paying attention, and teacher will post this question to you again, and you can make it by your own by using similar to, different from, and same as, and then you have to complete with your own sentence. Okay, so teacher would like you to recognize some of this part of this paragraph that teacher mentioned about sometimes we can write to compare thing, point by point, or by blocks. Okay, like teacher raise up with the college life, you can choose several points of comparisons. Compare first one point about two topics, then compare the second point about the two topics, and so on, point by point style. Okay, so you can see like my life changed a lot when I was in college. There was 600 students in my high school, and I knew nearly everyone. However, there were thousands of students in my college. They compare between high school and college, and I didn't know anyone. I felt everyone. I feel very lonely. In high school, the class were half boys and half girls. In college, I study engineering, and there weren't many women in the class. Okay, so compare the class size. So the first point about the class size, and the second point about the number of boys and girls in the class. The biggest change in college was the style of class. We had to do a lot of reading and learning on our own, whereas in high school, the teacher told us nearly everything to study for the exams. So this is about the third point, about the class style. And even though college was more difficult, I enjoy my life more than my school days after I got used to it. So this is just about the comparing, point by point. Teacher just believe that you can recognize some part of this important, and you also can start your writing to compare the two things like point by point or using in the block sentence as well. Okay, so everyone enjoy your weekend and see you on Monday. Thank you very much for your watching.